Good morning folks, how are you all doing? What a beautiful morning it is too. Yep, we are, I say 1 month ownership of Elvis. Not quite, by a day out. 1,000 miles, not quite, we're just over 800. Nearly 1,000. In that month, nearly 1,000 miles. I've used the bike a few times to go commuting back and forth to work where I had to. I've taken my grandson out on it. I've had a few nice rides. I did try filming something the other day, but the mic failed on the camera. Bad connection, I think. So I thought I'd pop out this morning, do a little job for a mate of mine. So bring the cameras along and have a little film. Updates. Not done anything to Elvis. I don't plan on doing anything to him. The 300-mile service, which I think is absolutely ridiculous for a first service, has been done. Oil and filter change, valve check and general check over. All done and dusted. Next one I think is somewhere like 5,000–6,000 miles. I shall have to check. Other than that, all good so far. I'm quite enjoying riding him. Let's say I've got no plans to start modifying things. Shut that down. As I said from day one, I've fitted my sat-nav mount. So I do intend to travel a little bit on this one. Well, day trips on. I've also fitted a small leather tool roll with a bag to the back of the bike. Just where the grab rail goes. Normally, being old school, they would go underneath the forks, or sorry, on the forks underneath the headlight. Not enough room on this bike, so I fitted it to the rear where the grab rail is. Not so much for tools, but handy to put my chain in, and bits and bobs. The levers, I said I was going to change them. I've looked. I cannot find any levers that I like other than very modern ones. Modern levers on this bike just don't suit. So I'm probably going to leave the levers alone and just put up with them being not very pleasant, on the grounds that they're very basic, there's no adjustment on them, and quite a long span to get your fingers out there. So if you've got small hands, be aware you'll probably need to change the levers. What else are we thinking of? Oh, exhausts. Nope, I'm not changing the exhaust. I've looked into it. We're looking at around 250 quid minimum for a set of cans. Then I have to make sure I get some kind of covers, because on the originals there's little chrome covers to cover the mounting brackets, which makes it all look very neat and sleek. Without the covers it looks bloody awful. Excuse me. It looks very much a case of I have aftermarket cans fitted, and I don't like the look of it. Yes, it will save me a considerable amount of weight. Well, the bike anyway, not me. I got no hope. And it will give me a, for want of a better phrase, a better sound, a louder sound. But to be honest, I'm not that bothered. I quite like the quiet sound as it is. I do kind of like the stealthiness of the quieter bike. Especially if you're going out early hours of the morning. Doesn't wake up my neighbours, or her indoors for that matter. So at the moment there are no plans to change the exhaust. I'm quite happy leaving the bike as it was when it left the factory. Suits me fine. I'm not going to be putting my Grumps Ride stickers all over the bike like I normally do. As much as possible I want to keep this bike original. Leave it well alone and just enjoy it, which is exactly what I'm doing. As you can see, I've dug up my old AGV lid. I do have a white one as well, but the black one looks better. And my leather jacket and leather gloves. When I went out the other week with Papa Smurf, I think I was wearing my adventure helmet, I can't remember which jacket, and bright orange gloves. He's like, yo, that just don't match, mate, you need to dig out the old leathers, like. So I did, and he's right, I do look better in a leather jacket and leather gloves I do in bright orange kit on this bike. Mrs. Grump said much the same. There we go. Not a lot to say, really. So almost a month, almost 1,000 miles in. Very, very happy with the bike. No complaints at all, other than the servicing schedules I think are way too short. Just my opinion. The mirrors, I don't like the mirror. That particular one, the left hand one, tends to shake loose all the time. So next time it goes in for a service, I think I shall have to mention that and get it done under warranty, get it replaced or fixed or whatever. No oncoming car. Nope, he's reversing, that's alright then. Oh, looks like it's a funeral or something. We'll slow it right down out of respect. Were we? Yeah, no issues at all with the bike. Really enjoying riding it. Very comfortable. I'm not happy where the original foot pegs are mounted, because when I put my feet down they are directly in line with my legs, so either I have to put my legs in front or behind the pegs. Every time I move the bike or get on and off it, two sides mate, two sides to the road. Sorry, every time I get on and off the bike I catch my shins, so I keep bruising my shins. Now I could invest in the rear set foot pegs that come with the Continental GT, and there's a conversion kit for the Interceptor, but I'm not going to bother because I'm too tight fisted. Oh look, the camera's fogging up again, sorry. Bloody annoying that is. But quite happy as I am, more than happy with the bike, enjoying it, having fun. Especially the relaxed pace you tend to find yourself riding on this bike. It ain't slow, don't get me wrong, it can hustle. I just choose to ride more sedately on this bike because that's the kind of air it gives off. You don't feel like you want to rush on this bike. You want to cruise along and enjoy the scenery, enjoy the ride as it were. If I want to go quick, I've got the KTM. And the KTM does tend to lend itself to that, being quite loud and aggressive. This bike is very sedate and peaceful. Like I say, it's great for carrying pillions. My grandson loved it. Very, very comfortable for both of us. Fancy an Interceptor? Good bikes. Not expensive to buy. Not expensive to run. I'm getting about 150 miles to a tank before the fuel light comes on. A tank of fuel will cost you around about 12-13 quid ish. Just give you a guide of how much you spend on fuel. From what I've seen on Tinterweb, parts and accessories are not expensive. So if you want to modify it, you can. I'm not, I choose not to. There we go. Only one other complaint about this bike, which I think it should have, is the clock. There's no clock fitted. Now I could buy one of those little analog aftermarket strap on the handlebar jobbies and find somewhere to put it, which would be difficult because, as you can see, my handlebars are quite crowded. Sat nav, camera, etc. But then I can always use my sat nav for the time, or I can just ignore it, chill out, enjoy the ride and check the time when I stop, which is what I tend to do. There we go folks, that's it. I'm going to leave it on this one. I'm going to end it there. Not much of an exciting video or full of masses of information, I know, just to give you an update on what's happening or where we are with the bike. with Elvis. As I say, called Elvis because of the registration, the LV. Now I'm off down to my mate's place to give man sort out a little job on his bike. And I shall catch you all soon. So folks, whatever you're doing, please be safe, ride safe and have fun. Try not to let your camera fog up. Take care. Toodles!